My boyfriend cheated on me with his roommate, who he swore was like a sister. I woke up in his best friend's bed with his grandmother's ring on my finger. I'd been dating Blake for 2 years and everyone kept telling me I was too good for him, but I thought they were just jealous. Blake was a bartender who played guitar in a cover band on weekends and had this female roommate named Tessa, who he swore was just like a sister to him. She'd walk around their apartment in towels, cook him breakfast in her underwear, and sit on his lap during movie nights. But Blake said I was being insecure and crazy for thinking it was weird. He'd cancel our dates if Tessa had a bad day at work. He'd leave my place in the middle of the night because Tessa needed someone to talk to about her ex. When I got promoted at my accounting firm, Blake forgot to congratulate me because Tessa had gotten a parking ticket and was upset. But I loved him and thought relationships took work and compromise. His best friend Danny kept trying to tell me Blake wasn't worth it. Danny owned a small construction company and would always show up when Blake left me stranded places, like when Blake forgot to pick me up from the airport because Tessa wanted to go shopping, or when Blake ditched me at his band's show because Tessa felt sick and needed care. Danny would appear with coffee and a ride, never saying anything bad about Blake but always asking if I was okay. I told Danny to stop worrying about me because Blake and I were solid. Danny just said he'd be around if I needed anything. Blake started getting weird about Danny, saying he was trying to steal me and that nice guys like Danny were actually the worst because they pretended to care. I defended Danny, but Blake said I was naive and Danny definitely wanted to sleep with me. I stopped mentioning when Danny helped me to avoid fights. Last Friday was Blake's band's biggest show yet at this venue downtown. I bought a new outfit and invited my friends to support him. Blake said Tessa would be there too because she was basically their unofficial manager, whatever that meant. I got there early to get a good spot and saw Blake's car already in the lot. I went backstage to wish him luck and found him in the green room with Tessa on top of him, both half dressed. Blake saw me and actually said it wasn't what it looked like. Tessa smirked and said, now I knew why Blake kept her around. Blake tried to explain that Tessa was just helping him relax before the show and that it meant nothing and I was overreacting as usual. I left and went straight to the bar across the street, started taking shots of tequila like they were water because I couldn't believe I'd wasted 2 years on someone who was obviously sleeping with his roommate the entire time. Danny showed up after an hour. He said Blake texted the group chat that I'd gone crazy and stormed off for no reason. Danny knew that wasn't true and came looking for me. I was absolutely destroyed by that point, crying and drunk and saying I was so stupid for not seeing what everyone else saw. Danny tried to get me to eat something, but I kept ordering more drinks. I remember telling Danny he was right about everything, and I should have listened. I remember him trying to get my phone when I wanted to call Blake. I remember throwing up in the parking lot while Danny held my hair. I don't remember anything after that. I woke up in a bed that wasn't mine, wearing a t-shirt that said Henderson Construction, which was Danny's company. Danny was asleep on the floor with a pillow and blanket. There was water, aspirin, and toast on the nightstand, and on my finger was a ring. Not an engagement ring, but Danny's grandmother's class ring he always wore on his pinky. I sat up confused, and Danny woke up immediately, asking if I needed to throw up again. I asked what happened and why I was wearing his ring. He said I'd been trying to call Blake all night, so he gave me his ring to fidget with instead of my phone, and I refused to give it back. He said I kept saying it was prettier than anything Blake ever gave me, which wasn't hard since Blake never gave me anything. Danny said he slept on the floor after making sure I was okay, and nothing happened between us. He said his sister was in the guest room if I wanted to confirm with her. He'd called her to come over so I wouldn't wake up alone with just him there and get the wrong idea. His sister Lori came in with coffee and confirmed Danny was on the floor all night while she checked on me every hour. She said Danny was worried sick and kept saying he should have told me about Blake sooner. I asked what he meant. Lori said Danny knew Blake was sleeping with Tessa for at least 6 months, but didn't know how to tell me without seeming like he was trying to break us up. Blake called while we were talking. He said I embarrassed him by making a scene at his show, and Tessa was upset that I'd invaded their space. Their space. He said if I apologized to Tessa and accepted their relationship dynamic, we could work things out. I looked at Danny, who was pretending not to listen while making breakfast. I looked at his grandmother's ring still on my finger. Full story on channel. Link below.